Hello and welcome to Cuisine Critiques. On this episode, we're going to do a Valentine special as it applies to me. Today is February the 14th, 2026, and the wife and I dined at Pappas Parkville. Most of the Pappas restaurant, they're family restaurants. We went to Pappas Parkville, and on Valentine's Day, they have a Valentine's Day special. We missed last year, and I didn't want her to miss this year, so we attended this year. Without any further ado, here's Pappas Restaurant in Parkville and their Valentine's Day special. Here's my review of Pappas Parkville during their Valentine's Day special. Firstly, Pappas is a family chain of 4 restaurants in the Baltimore area, and traditionally we have attended their Valentine's Day special at their Parkville location. Though I can't remember why we missed last year, we did, and I wanted to make sure that we made it this year because we do enjoy going to either of the Pappases. But the Parkville for Valentine's Day has always been special for us. Pappas Parkville is located at 1725 Taylor Avenue, which is in itself located in the Towson, Parkville area, probably more Parkville than Towson. Parking at this location can be a problem, and the snow this year didn't help, but I was able to find a parking space rather quickly after letting Panetta off at the door to go in and grab our table and let them know that we were indeed there. They had called us the day before to verify that we were coming and the time we were coming, so we kind of anticipated it might be busy. It is often busy, but for the Valentine's Day we thought it may be a little more busy. So after parking and entering, the hostess led me to the table where Panetta was already seated. Oddly enough, I didn't take a picture of the table, but I went onto the website and found a picture of the dining area and the very table we were sitting at. And on the photo, you can see that that table is highlighted. And it was only for 2 people, but it definitely had room enough for both of us for what we had prior to the meal and during the meal. The first thing I noticed this year was that we were seated in the main dining area. On previous Valentine's Day, we were seated in the upstairs dining area that I believe is reserved for private dining. So I'm not sure whether this changed last year or this year. But it was still comfortable, still a nice crowd. Everybody had enough room. We did see as they cleared tables when people moved, they put reserved signs there. So they had reserved the tables for people that were coming for the Valentine's Day special, I'd imagine. The second thing I found out, and it's from overhearing a conversation at another table, that it appeared that the only menu for the day was the holiday menu. Like I said, on previous occasions, we were seated in the area upstairs, and the area downstairs were for the regular restaurant goers, but I'm not sure whether they did that for just this time or it is for the entire day, but as I heard, they were using just that menu and they weren't deviating from it. It appeared again from that conversation that the different Pappases had their own different menus, because I think the young lady showed something on her phone, but it was for another Pappas. But they didn't leave and they ordered. Anyway, shortly after being seated at the table, our male waiter came, and I'm sorry, his name escapes me at the time, but he was a very good waiter, wasn't overbearing, attentive when he needed to be, and out of sight when he needed to be. He came over to take our drink order, but because we had already seen the menu, because when they called us that day before, we were directed to the menu online, and I shared that with Panetta, so we already knew what we wanted. So as an appetizer, since they didn't have onion rings, we ordered the Pappas wings buffalo style. Um, that's not something we usually order. At least Panetta and I don't. Maybe if I was with the guys, we would order wings for an appetizer. But we ordered the wings for both of us. Had refrained from eating that day, so we were both hungry. So before the wings arrived, they brought us bread, but it was a little humorous that there were only two pieces of bread. I was okay with it. I just thought that it looked a little odd that it was only two pieces of bread. And again, I'm a bread guy, so that limited the amount that I was going to eat, and Panetta as well. The rolls, they were okay. They weren't quite as flavorful as some rolls were. I'm not sure why. I am a bread guy, like I said, and I enjoyed them, but I could taste the difference in it, that there was just, I don't want to say bland, but it wasn't as flavorful as it could be, but that didn't stop me from eating my bread itself. So, like I said, we ordered the Pappas wings, and Panetta usually likes her wings breaded before the application of any sauce, but these came and they were, I guess, baked. Yeah, they were baked. They weren't grilled, and the barbecue sauce was just enough. Wasn't hot enough for her, but she enjoyed it, and it was just hot enough for me. If it had been a little hotter and I had ranch dressing to dip mine in. Now on to our meals. Of course, we ordered the crab cakes. We ordered the double crab cakes. Panetta ordered the double crab cakes with baked potato and with mashed potatoes. She enjoyed the baked potato, having it only with butter. The mashed potatoes, not so much. She doesn't like these were like baby reds, or they had the skin on them, so she doesn't eat the mashed potatoes with the skin into them. I actually brought them home. For me, I had the double crab cakes with fries and with asparagus to put a little green in my diet. For those of you who are wondering if I ate this asparagus, I'll leave that a mystery for now. But we enjoyed our meal. The crab cakes were said to be 8 ounces. They may have been. We do get larger crab cakes at some of our other locations, and this is by no means knocking Pappas. But they were very good, very flavorful, and we were able to eat. Both of us were able to eat both crab cakes while we were sitting. So, thinking back to my little sister Key and something that she said, something I don't usually do, and when I do it, I usually end up taking them home. But I decided to order dessert this time. Panetta had just finished eating her meal when our waiter came back around and spoke about it. But as she finished, she says, "Hey, if we're not in a rush and they're not asking us to leave right away, we could definitely, I could definitely order and get the cake out the way." And since this was a day that I was bending my menu, I figured I'd go ahead and get it out of the way instead of taking home and eating it later in the day, because we had 3 o'clock reservations or waiting till the next day. So what they bought me was a piece of Bavarian chocolate cake. As you see pictured, it had a shiny chocolate fondant on the top. The icing or middle layers of the cake were separated by a nice chocolate mousse. On top of the cake was a dollop of chocolate whipped cream, and on the side it was a larger regular whipped cream on the side, and that tasted very good as far as desserts go. Wasn't an overly large slice. I'm probably used to a little bit larger slices, but again, by no means a complaint, and I urge anyone that would like to stop past Pappas for dinner to do so. Has a real neighbor kind of feel to it. not so much like Cheers, but it has a real neighbor feel to it. Um, I won't say how much our menu was. I will say that for this occasion, uh, and they said it up front, there was a 20% gratuity added um, for the meal, so we didn't have to order, or no, excuse me, we didn't have to add a tip to it. But the wait staff were really good. Actually, while we were toward the end of our meal, one of the managers who was inspecting tables that were being reset came around and asked us what we want, and I thought that was nice that that someone other than the wait staff asked us that. So that was our meal. I didn't mention drinks because we don't often order anything other than water. Um, but for our Valentine's Day meal, like I said, it has become tradition with us, and we were pleased with it. And we came home, and I probably lapsed into a short food coma for about an hour, but then I got up and started doing the things I needed to do. But again, Pappas located at 1725 Taylor Avenue. You don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to go. If you do go to that location, they do have a carry-out window on the side. And across the street, and I'm sure it's still there, I did notice, but there is a area where you can buy fresh seafood right across the street from there. So again, this is Anthony Spencer for Cuisine Critiques and Panetta and I's Valentine's Day meal. Thanks. Have a blessed day.